Blessings, beloved ones. This is Amanda Amethyst, and I'm here with a Lunar Tarotscope for the time period between the full moon in Sagittarius on May 21st and the new moon in Gemini on June 4th, 2016. Summer is heating up, and it's really important for all of us right now to remember to have fun in the sun. Make time to get outside and play and have fun in nature. Connecting with nature is so important for everyone, for all humans and for all animals, all beings. And it's something that we as humans have allowed ourselves to become separated from. So I really invite you all to go play outside and explore outside. Maybe go to a river or a lake or a stream. That's a beautiful activity to do during the summer when it starts to heat up. Go into the forest somewhere. Just get outside and connect. Okay. Some of the messages that I've been receiving before we get to the reading are a continuation of self-care. So we've really lately been on a sort of a kick of self-love and self-awareness and self-care. So that continues on with this, between this full moon and new moon. It's very important for all of us to make sure that we take the time to perceive what's truly going on around us, and also to perceive how we truly feel, what we truly think, and what we truly want. Energies are shifting around us pretty quickly, and sometimes it seems that opportunities are only available to us for a very limited time. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not, but even if something is only available for a short period of time, slow yourself down and don't immediately jump into something before you understand to the best of your ability what that thing is and also what the implications are of engaging with that. There is an element of slowing down to this. But it's more like ensuring that you have had sufficient time to process all of the available information. So there may or may not be an opportunity to actually slow down. There may or may not be more time to process the information that's available to you. So what that means is that we have to get really good at processing, and we have to get really good at feeling out within ourselves, is this in alignment with me or is this not in alignment with me? And the more we know ourselves and what we truly want, how we truly feel, what types of energies we wish to align ourselves with, what our goals are, the quicker and the more easily we will be able to process information that's coming to us and decide whether or not taking action on a specific thing is or is not in our highest interest. So, excuse me, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. My throat is a little bit tickly. So please excuse my throat clearing in this video. So this is just to say, continue getting to know yourself and find out what works best for you. Each of us require a different amount of time to process information and come to a decision, and we each work through our own processes. It's a really beautiful thing. This is a time of taking action, but not of necessarily jumping quickly at the first thing that comes your way. So be sure to take the time to really feel out, what is this opportunity, and is it or is it not something that I actually want to participate in? Okay, so remaining true to ourselves, even in the face of pushback from others or non-acceptance from others, is another theme that has been coming to me as well. So for myself and for many others who I have been lucky enough to connect with, when we truly began to walk the paths that our souls and our hearts were calling us down, we often would experience misunderstanding, fear, and pushback from others. coworkers, close friends, family members, and even our partners, our romantic partners, may experience fear if we express that we wish to follow a path that is non-traditional. Or if we wish to change the course of our lives, because of course other people are not inside our heads, so even if we've been thinking about making a change for a long time, sometimes it can come across as really sudden if we mention it to our loved ones. It can seem like, where did this come from? Those of us who are ready to break away from the norm and to follow our soul's paths, we are here to light the way for everybody else. In a way, we're like pioneers. Okay, so it's really exciting. I love exploration. I'm a pretty typical Aries, so pioneering is really awesome and exciting to me, and I thrive in that. Some people are less comfortable with that, but that is what a lot of us are here to do. Part of our journey of this pioneering and of following our soul's paths is to learn how to continue to interact with our loved ones when they seemingly don't understand us, or when they are expressing their fear about our non-traditional actions. This is a great opportunity for us to continue to learn to not take anything that anybody else says to us personally. Okay? This can seem difficult, especially when our loved ones don't seem to support us. So if you're experiencing something like this, it is very, very important that you seek out like-minded friends in your community, or seek out like-minded friends and individuals online in some sort of a social media network. There are so many people out there who are following their soul's paths and who have experienced this same thing. So if you're experiencing that, I really encourage you to find like-minded friends who can offer you the support that you need, because they truly understand what you're going through. Okay? You may wish to also choose to spend less time with those people who cannot support you on your soul's path, or you may just choose to only speak about things which the two of you can agree upon. So those are some things that you can do to sort of lessen that feeling of separation from these people. And this is an opportunity, of course, to not take things personally. It's also an opportunity to really stay present with whoever this person or these people are, and to embody compassion by listening to what they have to say, and also by expressing yourself. Okay? Sometimes the actions that we can choose to take can scare other people if they are not open to new things. All right. So when these people say things to us which are perhaps perpetuating fear, please don't take that personally, because their words are reflecting their own view of reality. Okay, so this whole message of remaining true to yourself, even in the face of this sort of like pushback from other people, is also tied in with our other message about self-examination. So it's time for us all to perceive what it is that we truly want to create in our lives. So some questions to ask yourself include: do you actually still want to do or be whatever it is that you've been pouring your time and efforts into? Or conversely, have you been following through with what you claim that you want? Make an action plan with achievable steps that will move you towards your goals. All right, so that concludes the messages which I have received in advance of the reading. For this tarot reading, I will be using the Fifth Tarot, which is a deck that was created by Martine and Teresina Bakens. You can learn more about that at thefifthtarot.com. And I will also be pulling a card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle created by Doreen Virtue, and potentially the Crystal Allies Oracle by Naisha Ishan, and the the Angels of Atlantis Sound Healing Deck by Stuart Pierce. Okay. So we ask, and so at this time I call upon my subconscious inner child, my fully awakened adult, my higher self, my guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, star beings, inner earth beings, elementals, any and all beings who wish to be here for our highest good and the greatest good of all that is. And you're welcome to call upon your subconscious inner child, your fully awakened adult, your higher self, your guides, your angels, your ancestors, your ascended masters, elementals, inner earth beings, star beings, any and all beings who love you unconditionally, to support this reading for your highest good and the highest good of all that is. We ask for guidance for the time period between the full moon in Sagittarius on May 21st and the new moon in Gemini on June 4th, 2016. Please show us what is in our highest good to know at this time. Okay, we've got our first card. And there's another one sticking out right here. And okay, they're just really coming straight out. So we've got 3 tarot cards, and then we'll pull from the Goddess Guidance Oracle. There's one. Yep. There's the other one. Beautiful. So our first tarot card is the 9 of Feathers, Higher Intellect. Feathers is the air suit, which has to do with our minds, our mental bodies. So this suit deals with the ways in which we perceive the world, how we think about things, what we choose to put our attention on. Higher intellect, it's a 9, which is a completion number. So this is telling us that it's time now, if we have not already done so. So this, for some people, this is a confirmation that you have done this, and for others, this is a reminder saying, do this. This card shows us aligning our minds with the higher intellect, with source consciousness. You can see that there is sacred geometry in this card. There's also a lot of purple, which has to do with our crown chakras, our higher chakras, our source connection chakra. So with this card, I'm receiving that it's really time for us to block out our patterns of negative thinking. Whenever I see a white, sort of that glowing boundary around anything, to me, I think of creating an energetic boundary, creating a shield. And so there are several different ways that you can do that. I'm going to make a video soon about one of them, which is called cocooning, which I'll be sure to post here. But this is really a time to create that boundary between your mind, your thought processes, and negative thinking patterns which you may have engaged in the past, and to really align your mind with higher mind. So this doesn't mean that you give up your control over your thought processes at all. It just means that you're expanding your awareness and your understanding of reality and your ability to function at a higher level by releasing these lower forms of thought patterns. For example, obsessive worrying, or focusing on what people are doing wrong, or focusing on what you're doing wrong, and allows us to see in this sacred geometry, we see this beauty and form of reality, of life, of our universe. There's also a crown of feathers here. So there's a lot of reference to the crown chakra. It may be a good time to work on balancing your crown chakra, opening your crown chakra, so that you are in deeper connection, more constant connection with source and with your higher self. Okay. The second card, which we received, the Seven of Stones vision. This is a really beautiful card. The stone suit is the earth suit, so it's about our physical reality, our day-to-day lives, our physical bodies. It could have to do with finances or a job or just our day-to-day lives, things that are happening on a regular basis. So we have vision here, and this card, the 7 is a sacred number, so this is calling us to our sacred path. There is a path in the imagery on this card, leading towards the Sphinx and the pyramids. So this card has a lot to do with past lives, or with reintroducing information, or perhaps revisiting a skill set which we acquired and potentially perfected in a past life. And this card is really calling us to align our physical day-to-day lives with our path, with our vision, our soul's path and our soul's vision for our life and for our reality. So this has a lot to do with some of the messages that were coming through earlier about awareness and self-knowledge and self-care and remaining true to yourself. This card also, the colors in this card are both colors of creation and expression. There's a lot of orange, which has to do with our sacral chakra. This is our center of creativity, sexuality, relationships. Then there's also this sort of green-blue, light blue color, which is the color of the throat chakra, which is our expression verbally, and also our expression in this world, how we show up in this world, what we do. And this is also reminding me of taking the time in meditation or in journeying, maybe shamanic journeying or astral journeying or in dream time, to connect with our vision. What is your vision for your life? And what steps can you take to make that vision your physical manifest reality? Beautiful cards so far. Our last tarot card is another stone suit, the Five of Stones, attunement. So this card is showing us a being who is being attuned to angelic higher frequencies. So this is a being who appears to be on Earth, and it is an Earth suit again. So this is 5 is the number of change. So this card is showing us that we're going through huge changes right now. So we're integrating a lot of this higher frequency energy. The stone in this card is celestite, which is associated with angels and higher frequencies, and of course the being also has angel wings. So this is really showing us that we are being attuned to much higher frequencies right now. And again, the thought of meditation comes to me, of opening the crown chakra to receive, and also of connecting to the earth. So we're here to ground these frequencies into our own physical bodies, and we're here to ground these frequencies here into the earth plane. And we do that by being in a place where we can be open to receive these energies, and also being in a space where we can integrate these energies into our physical beings, and also to share what we have gained with the Earth Mother, and also with all our relations here and in all other places. So in order to be able to share it, we've got to be able to receive it and integrate it. So there is a little bit of a glow around this being as well. So when I see that glow, and it's in all 3 of these cards, there's a little bit. of a glow around the central object or around the beings in the pictures. When I see that, again, I really think of energetic barriers and of it's like we're radiating out our own energy so that we're not absorbing all of the energy of all of the other people or the situations that we're in. We are all very sensitive beings. Especially if you're watching this video, you're probably very sensitive. And on this earth right now, there are more sensitive beings. You may have heard it being called being an empath. Or there are all sorts of different beings who are more sensitive. And many times those of us who identify as healers are extremely sensitive. That's how we are so good. That's part of our gift. Because we are sensitive to what others are going through, then we can help them better. But it's very important for us to be aware of what we're taking into our systems and to choose that which is in our highest good at all times. Okay? So the goddess cards. The first goddess card which we received is Nematona, Sacred Space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. Very beautiful. And you can see in this artwork that the chakras are featured. So this is a beautiful time to connect with source energy, whatever that means for you. So visiting a sacred space, this could be going to a church or a temple or a synagogue. This could be going to a sacred grove of trees. This could be going out into nature if that's how you connect with the divine. This could be going on a trip to somewhere that's very special to you or to somewhere that you've never been before. Going to a power place. There are all sorts of power places all over the world which we can go to connect with the divine, to connect with our higher selves, and again, to ground in, to receive and ground in that energy. And this will help us to move forward on our paths. The more that we are in touch with the divine externally, the more we know that this divine is in us as well and that we are divine, the more we can align with our true paths in this world. The other goddess guidance card is Rhiannon, the sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Rhiannon is a Celtic goddess, sorceress, queen. She rides a unicorn. And is a speaker of magical words and spells. So again, this is similar to our setting our intention for what we wish to create and knowing that we have the ability to create that, knowing that you do have magical powers and that the words you speak are very powerful. We also see reference to the moon and the stars. So going out into the night, into the forest to connect with the moon and the stars. This card also has stars. And the heart is featured strongly here. She's wearing a lot of green. And in the very background, we see the Tor in England, which used to be considered the heart chakra of the world. So again, we have strong messages to connect with the earth and also to be very aware of what's in our heart and to balance and open our heart chakras. And in this image, the heart chakra is at the middle of a cross and is featured very strongly. Also in this image, the heart chakra is featured. So this is a beautiful time for us to remember to always come back to the heart and to make decisions from a heart-centered place versus from a head-centered place. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Many blessings to you this cycle, and I'll see you again very soon. Oh yeah, this has been a general reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can contact me, nectarofthegoddesstemple@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook as Amanda Amethyst and have a page for the Nectar of the Goddess Temple on Facebook as well. Okay, much love and many blessings.